that the brothers on the rise now. Woo! Endless celebrations all in my house. Yeah. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. Yeah. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Yeah. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business so humongous, you would think that happens in it. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Working for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Facts, lot of haters. Tell me where they at, though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap, though. Yeah. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo. Everybody wanna do the same thing. Yup. That's why we ain't on the same page. No. Do my own thing, and I maintain. Woo. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. I'm going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
I'm the boss, I call the shots. Herman Holtz, I'm here to rock. Oh yeah. Got pop top buttons undone, chest hair and gold chains. I'm second to none. Oh. I mean quality in a Van Damme split. No car wheels in my hall, don't you forget it. Drop kicking anyone who dares to defy quality video games. Yeah, I mean quality in a Van Damme split. No car wheels in my hall, don't you forget it. Drop kicking anyone who dares to defy quality video games, that's my battle cry. Herman wakes up in the morning, eating dozen raw eggs to start his day. Got a deadline coming next, quality way. Herman Holtz on the back, he's pushing them today. Ain't no coffee for you, get that work done instead. I won't let him break, I won't let him break. He won't back down, I'll flip those tables over and won't wear that frown. In the studio, he fights for the quality and the gamers. No punch, that's Phil Spencer Studios. Here it's all about the gamers. I mean quality in a Van Damme split. No car wheels in my hall, don't you forget it. Drop kicking anyone who dares to defy quality video games. Quality video games.
Yo, what's up, grinders? How's everybody doing out there? How's everybody doing? Mic check, 1, 2. Hopefully you hear me. How's everybody? Yes, so we're back. We are back with the Grinds Gaming Bite. It's been a minute. I think it's been a week or so, man. It feels like forever. But hope everybody is doing well. Let me fix this just a little bit. There. Shout out to everybody coming on in there. Yeah, share it out. Impromptu stream. That's right. Make sure you hit those notifications when you get there, because these Grinds Bites may happen on Wednesdays. You try to do them on a Wednesdays and on a Friday, or on a Friday and then Monday's the Gaming Grindhouse, and then try to do either, if something comes up on a Wednesday, we'll do a Wednesday show, and then stream throughout the week, and then maybe some VIP members chats as well. So yeah, hit those notifications, because we got the Gaming Grindhouse on Monday nights, but everything else, try to keep it relevant to what's going on. I don't want to waste time if there's nothing going down, to kind of be like, oh, let's just sit here and just stare at things. But dude, there is some wild stuff today. Yeah, and that was Herman Holtz, the Quality Games, Quality Splits. So that is from the Gaming Grindhouse vault of music, of Grindhouse records. So you can listen to those day one when you become an Ultimate Grinder, or there's also a couple of them sprinkled around. I give them to the VIPs as well. So shout out to everybody, with the new memberships. Hopefully you got to check out that video of the console that I had and a couple of other Ask the Gaming Grindhouse, and also some of the songs there. And yeah, we have about, so just 20 or so, 25 to get a new emoji. I just looked. There were 25 members to get a new emoji, so just to let you know about that. And we're on our way to 3,000 subscribers. Thank you again. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. What's up, Thrifty? How you doing? Member, 15 months. 15 months. A proud VIP. Not only the president of Thrifty Games, but he's also a grinder. So many laughs, so many facts, so many receipts. Keep up the great work, brother. Hey, thank you so much, Thrifty. I really appreciate it. And go check out Thrifty's show. I know he usually does them on Wednesday nights. I was on the last show, but he is doing them on Thursday today. So he moved the show to Thursday. So just to let you know, for today, this week. So check out Thrifty's show. Grind is there. And Bootleg True Virgil's here. True Virgil, man, he comes here like he just loves coming in here. He is the true fan. That's what I'm gonna call him. True fan, not True Virgil. True fan. What's up, Nick? How Ryan, Cosmic Hero, Richard Farmer? What's up? How you doing, Nick? Abyss, RPG Gaming, King Manuel. Yo, Kratos, what's up, man? Kratos 99 in the house. Harlem PS Gaming. Michael Meridian, how you doing? DeFloyd is here. Yes, DeFloyd is here. King Manuel, Kiri, Ultimate Grinder right there. He's a Ultimate Grinder. Kiri, get in there. JC, how you doing? And Cursed Kane, what's up? How's everybody hanging in there? Zero Steel, how you doing, man? Yeah, so on the thing, shout out to RPG88 with a gifted grinder. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Definitely. Who got it? Brian V got it. Brian, flex those emojis. We're on our way to get another emoji. Microsoft is the latest one that we are able to get here. C0 Steel, that's why I like to do it different times too. So I'm glad you can catch it live, because I definitely want to make sure everybody gets that live audience. So sometimes Mondays are too late. What's up, Turan? How you doing? Yo, Zero Steel just he just did them all. That's right. Look at all those quality emojis, man. You can't imagine what the next one's gonna be. So as you can see from the topic, we got two topics today. We're going to be talking about the Bungie stuff, and then we're going to talk about the Microsoft financial stuff that came out yesterday afternoon. And, as you can see, Xbox consoles, oh my goodness, man. Oh, man, oh, man. I don't know what, anyway. And Bungie, man, oh, man. Yeah, there's two things to talk about. So we're going to hit the Bungie stuff first, since that just happened today. So, unfortunately, we had to start with some sad news, and, it is what it is. We're still in this friggin' cycle of layoffs, and we got more layoffs hitting Bungie directly. 220 people laid off. That sucks. We're still doing this now this year. And you heard my rant on Monday, and that was more of just a gamer's rant about this whole thing. And what's funny is that I forgot who showed it to me. I want to shout him out. Who showed that to me? Well, actually, I replied to him. I think it was hold on. I just want to say, in my grindhouse, just going rant about the gaming stuff, and just about how games turn into just casino things and all stuff. Who here it was. It was Joel Garcia. Shout out to Joel Garcia, man. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, he showed this to me. He goes, remember I was complaining there was no Olympic game? What the hell are we doing here? And look, there was no Mario and Sonic at the Olympics to coincide with the Paris 2024 Olympics, because the IOC reportedly wanted NFTs and esports instead. That was the base of my rant. Just how the pivot of what gaming is, and just making fun games, just making some stuff, for people to buy, a consumer, all worried about this other stuff, and then the game doesn't get made. So I'm sure we're not missing out on tons of stuff, but it's just the less games that I was talking about on the show. And go back and listen to it. I timestamped them all. So, but shout out to Joel Garcia, for pointing that out, because I was just like, why isn't it an Olympic game? Just like just like talking now, like, why isn't it an Olympic game? Just weird things, but there you go. NFTs. Why not? Why not? And we wonder why the industry is what's going on. That's going on. JC, member for 15 months. Yo, there you go, Thrifty. We got another member 15 months, man. The VIPs, I'm glad I keep you guys happy and satisfied that you're members for so long. I really appreciate it. One going on silver, golden grinders right there. We got 2 golden grinders here. Killing it as usual, Jez. Keep holding down these clowns accountable and exposing their lying asses. Hey, man, that's my job. That's my job. But now, so back to the Bungie stuff. Now, the thing is that also, now, 155 are moving to Sony in this thing, because there's definitely a restructuring. And we're going to go to the specific actual thing that they wrote, and then we're going to interpret it. Let's see what's going on here. But 220 laid off, 155 were moving to, so out of the 1,300, so here we go. Bungie is shrinking from 1,300 people. And this is from Jason Schreier, who actually put the numbers in there. And then we're going to read what Bungie actually posted. But he has 220. So Bungie is shrinking from 1,300 people to 850. 220 are laid off. 155 are moving to Sony. And about 75 are going to a new studio. And they quoted Pete Parsons, who needs to, I got some quotes going on here. We were overly ambitious with our financial margins and subsequently exceeded, and we began running in the red. Yeah, Pete Parsons, your ass is going to get roasted. Because I got some, anyway, we'll talk about it. Yo, Kazakira with the 20. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate all the support. He says, Jez, Bungie is about to have Sony take over, and it's going to be Bungie's fault. Sorry for the devs, but Bungie seems to kind of incompetent. They need a cleanse, and Xbox sucks again. Oh, man. Yep. Yeah, we know. Xbox sucks again, and Bungie also.
Oh, no! We suck again!
And Pete Parsons. And you're right. There you go. I just read about the quote from the executive right there, Pete Parsons. And you're right. And one of the things we'll talk about before I read what actually happened, and as people coming in, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. We're on our way to 3,000. We're just about 130 short, 140 short. So we're there. We're going to have a jamboree, man. 30,000. I'm still contemplating what we'll do.
You're my number one customer.
But it's going to be a fun ride too. But here you go. Remember, we are overly ambitious. Our financial safety margins. Remember Hiroki Totoki? Remember her tokiness? What did he say last year? He said that they're looking at the money and what they're overspending, the budgets. They exceeded their budgets. And that's exactly what Pete Parsons said. Our financial safety margins were subsequently exceeded, and we began running in the red. You're spending more than you're getting. That's not good for business. It's a business, unfortunately, in the end of the day. And you cannot overspend or overly anticipate or expect, and then that money don't come in. Oh, we're going to hit all these margins and all these things. We're going to do all this, all that. Okay. And then when you don't do it, heads got to roll. And you're right. A lot of those people, Michael, maybe executives got cut, because we'll talk about what the next step of this whole thing is. But let's go into what actually Bungie wrote, and Pete Parsons himself. Grade A clown here. Because again, the unfortunate thing here with a lot of these layoffs is that these are the sins of the higher ups. The Pete Parsons, the financial people, the CFO, the people that make the decisions up top, their incompetence or their miscalculation causes the real hard workers, the working man, the working woman. Those are the people that lose. The artists, the animators, the programmers, those are the ones that lose and get laid off. But the executives, they still stay there and make stupid decisions. We've talked about this so many times before, how Team Green over there with their executives and the destruction that they have done that they need new blood in there. They need a clean house, executive wise. But it's usually top and shit rolls downhill, and it sucks. So apparently from this, it's not just layoffs that's happened at Bungie. This is a restructuring. Now, let's see what they say. So he writes, this morning I'm sharing you most difficult changes we have to make due to rising costs of development and industry shifts, as well as economic conditions, which he says, it has become clear we need to make substantial changes to our course structure and focus development entirely on Destiny and Marathon. This means beginning today, 220 of our roles will be eliminated, roughly representing about 17% of our studio's workforce. These actions will affect every level of our company, including our most executive. So there you go, Michael, what you're saying. Executive and senior leader roles. That's right. People that make the mistakes, they should be held accountable. Today is a difficult and painful day, especially for our departing colleagues, all of which have made important and valuable contributions to Bungie. Our goal to support them with the utmost care and respect. I realize that this is hard news, especially with the success seen with the final shape. Now Bungie is taking its final shape, and Herman's at the helm. I'm going to tell you that. But as we navigated the broader economic realities over the last year, we are exhausted in mitigating options because of necessary decisions to refocus. PR stuff. We are committed to 2 other major changes today. So these are the other things. We believe will support our focus and leverage Sony's strengths and create new opportunities for Bungie's talent. First, we are deepening our integration with Sony Interactive Entertainment, working to integrate 155 of our roles, roughly 12%, into SIE over the next few quarters. SIE has worked tirelessly with us to identify roles for many of our people as possible, enabling us to save a great deal of talent that would have been affected by the reduction in force. So, now, if you remember, Bungie, when they were acquired by Sony, it wasn't your typical Pac-Man. We're eating you. You are ours now. It was, we will work independently. We will be, we will share resources with knowledge, and that's where Sony was using them to help with the service games and things like that, and assess and help them build that stuff out. But they will remain kind of independent, and they announced, not independent, but they will remain independent, and basically, they will kind of do what they want to do, and which is interesting because apparently Microsoft said this about Bethesda, and Bethesda wound up just getting run by booty. So basically, Bungie was kind of like still operating like they were, and Sony was just kind of funding them. Now, it sounds like they would have lost a lot more people if Sony wasn't able to identify roles for 155 of them for them to get integrated into Sony themselves. So Sony's plucking from Bungie, who they think that they could use on their teams. So Sony helped them by taking that. Otherwise, they would have lost a lot more. So SIE did help out with minimizing the layoffs in this situation, because if it was just Bungie on their own, they probably would have maybe, who the hell knows, about 50% of their workforce, who the hell knows what Bungie would have turned into. And you gotta remember, and this is the thing that we were seeing with all this consolidation, all this stuff. It was always these struggling like people that made bad decisions. Bethesda wasn't doing too hot when Microsoft bought them up. But look at Activision. Big Booty Bobby was getting pickets and riots outside of Activision for his ass to get fired because of the frat boy mentality that was going on, and everybody grab ass, and then he didn't do shit about it. He was gone. They wanted him out. Activision wasn't in the best of places. And you look at all these studios, they weren't in the best of places when Microsoft bought them. And even now when Sony got Bungie wasn't riding high. They had a lot to say, but they weren't. And now they came back and was like, okay, well, you promised these things, and now you're not only hurting you, we came in to bail you out and make you part of us. right? Part of us. And you had some stipulations. And I want to go back to that too when they did that. But you have some stipulations because it was a partnership. It was like an ownership, but you're going to kind of do your thing. But now your miscalculations and stuff are hurting us and our bottom line as Sony. Now heads are going to roll. Now we need a restructuring. And we let you do your final shape. It's all out there. Now you're working on Marathon. So Sony was able to save some of those roles that otherwise would have been let go, probably if Bungie was not owned by Sony. There. So the second part of this, what's up, the almighty Spartan God? How you doing, man? The second part of this is now they're working with Sony Studios leadership to spin out one of our incubation projects, an action game set in a brand new sci-fi universe, to form a new studio within PlayStation Studios to continue its promising development. So now they're working on Destiny Marathon at Bungie. They took 155 people and rolled them into Sony. And then they're also taking about 70, what did he say they were? They were about 75 and making a new game. They spun them out, and now they're making a studio, and probably announce the name of it, in some time, maybe next year or whatever like that, announce the name of the studio on that one. So it sounds like if Bungie was just left to be Bungie, they would have been completely doomed. But because they made that deal with Sony, they were able to salvage about 12% that Sony picked up and to create another group of people to make a new game. So there is some light at the end of the tunnel of this, but it sucks that people lost their job and due to the miscalculations of the higher-ups. And let me get Thrifty. Shout out to Thrifty with the 5, man. He goes, Phil Spencer has been overspending for a decade and still has his job. Also, the Xbox has only sold 1.6 million this year, according to some report. Oh, damn. Jesus. It's a friggin' disaster, dude. It is a friggin' disaster. We'll get into that, Thrifty. I appreciate it, dude. And Cosmic Hero, thank you so much, man, with the 20. He goes, don't take this as bootlicking, but somehow Sony helping devs is being bad and Bungie's incompetence is Sony's fault. Microsoft, he says, he said the right way. Microsoft. S-A-W-F-T. Microsoft. Thank you. He says Microsoft fired thousands and morons didn't say crap. Make it make sense. Xbox and Embracer started this stuff. Yeah. And I agree. I agree, Cosmic Hero, in the sense that this whole Bungie acquisition by Sony was definitely, I felt, pressured by all this acquisition season bullshit that we had to deal with over the last couple of years. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I think Sony saw Bungie and they saw the talent there. And remember, Sony also paid Bungie to retain their talent. Remember? They gave a part of their bonus. Part of their buyout or their bonus was for people not to leave. If Sony just wanted their IP, they could have just gutted Bungie and just said, yo, okay, we're going to take the stuff and you guys hit the road. But Sony wanted to retain talent. If you remember in that acquisition, they wanted people to stay. But I feel it was definitely a knee-jerk reaction. I don't think they really assessed it properly. Plus, I think that Sony was really into the service positioning and thought that Bungie will have the knowledge, probably why they wanted to retain the talent. And now that whole service thing really didn't kick off the way it should, and things got pulled back. So let's just look up here. Go back here. Oh, man, now they're even saying this. Oh, my God. Kotaku. I don't know if I want to read that. But let me just go here. Here it is. So this is back when the acquisition was completed. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna go into. I want to just go back because I always go back and see what was being said and stuff like that. So here it is right here. And the agreement to acquire Bungie has closed, so we can officially say, Bungie, welcome to the PlayStation family. Though it's now under the Sony umbrella, Bungie will continue to independently publish and creatively develop our games. Bungie's CEO Pete Parsons said in a blog post. So they are going to still continue to independently publish and develop their own games. That's what Pete Parsons said. And future games in development won't be PlayStation exclusives, Bungie's Joe Blackburn and Justin Truman said. But Sony does plan to lean on Bungie for its world-class expertise in multi-platform development and live game services, which will help us deliver the vision of expanding PlayStation to hundreds of millions of gamers. Oh, remember that? Putting their games on all places, probably on PC and all this other stuff. Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Jim Ryan, Jim Ryan in the retirement home right now. It's Jello night, I heard. They're serving chocolate pudding and Jello. Jim Ryan's very excited. I got the inside here. He's been complaining. He's been complaining to everybody in the kitchen.
It's not even pink. It's raw.
And Coop has delivered undercooked salmon.
He can't stand goddamn Ann Coop in the old age home. But Jim Ryan's enjoying the retirement life, and it's pudding night, he said. He's enjoying the puddings. He's very excited, and they may do karaoke later on this week. It's on the agenda, he said, Jim Ryan. So I keep in touch with him just to keep because all the raw kicking, being raw and stuff like that. He definitely touches base with me a couple of times here at the Gaming Grind has to let me know there may be karaoke night on Friday. He's very excited about that. He can sing his jams, and it's pudding night, he said. So he's doing well. He's doing well. Jim Ryan is doing well in the retirement life on that one. What is your feels like? he said he said that he won the he's the he's the bingo hall champion this month. In July he might be the bingo hall champion. Somebody said Josh Ayers keeps in touch with Jim Ryan. He said that he's the shuffleboard champion. Oh shit, he's a two-timer. He's winning a bingo night and he's winning shuffleboard. Give him 2 puddings. He's getting 2 puddings tonight. But this is going on. So Sony views live service as a critical part of PlayStation's future as it plans to launch more than 10 new live service games by March 2026. All right. Oh, man. With Bungie now partially part of Sony and Take-Two completing its acquisition of Zynga in May. Oh, man, how'd that go? Now we have to wait for Microsoft to wrap up the massive Activision Blizzard. So yeah, it says, correction, although Sony initially announced the deal was worth $3.6 billion in an SEC filing on Friday, it said it was worth approximately $3.7 billion. So that was back then. And you could see, what did Sony do? Cosmic Hero saying, Sony's not gutting them. Sony didn't do this. This is Bungie did this to themselves. The guy quoted here, we were overly ambitious, not Sony. Bungie was overly ambitious. Our financial safety margins were subsequently exceeded, and we began running in the red. Well, you see him shouting out from the rooftops. What did that Pete Parsons say when they were acquired by Sony? What did he say? He made it crystal clear that we will continually independently publish and creatively develop our own games, and future games will not be PlayStation exclusives. Say it from the chest, Pete Parsons. Damn. You sounded really very boastful, like, we won't be bought. No, now he's like that. He we won't be bought. Sony got us money, but bullshit. No, we're doing our own shit. That's what he said. And now all of a sudden it's like, we made a mistake. Sorry about that. We were a little too much over here. We thought the new shape would have been better. Well, now, what are we doing here now? Because now this is where I heard it because I was listening live, and now Mankind, aka Dude Love, the gaming's Dude Love, Jeff Grubb, said here, Herman Hulst runs Bungie now. He says also they attempted to soften the blow by sending out many people from Bungie into SIE instead of just cutting them. I thought the numbers of jobs lost was going to be closer to 350. Gaming's Mankind Dude Love saying this, that Herman walked in and said, I'm the captain of this ship. Pimp hand slap. And you know what? To corroborate with this, because you know I'm an insider. I'm not a blogger. I got inside knowledge. I have the audio recording of Herman Hulst walking into Bungie with this move. I'm going to play it for you now. Hit that like button, please. This is exclusive footage. You're not going to hear this anywhere else because I got the tapes. Herman Hulst walked into Bungie. Cosmic Hero, who the hell knows? It's it's gaming's Dude Love. I don't know. It's gaming McFoley. I don't know. This is what he said. But I do have the tapes, Cosmic Hero. Maybe this will turn it around and show that maybe he's not talking out his
Great ass!
Thank you, Al Pacino. 4 buttons undone, hooked on gyro. That's right. Here it is. I got it right. But Cosmic, I got the date. Here it is. Herman Hulst speaking to Pete Parsons. I got it right here. 3, 2, 1. Hit the like button. I'll play the audio. Do I see those likes going up? This is exclusive. Inside knowledge. There it is. I got the tapes. I got the recordings. Herman Hulst speaking to Pete Parsons.
What are you, the ballet teacher or what?
Yeah, I'm dancing. Yeah.
Yeah. That was. Excuse me. Just to clarify, that is Pete Parsons talking to Herman. So just to let you know, and Herman responded. So here we go.
What are you, the ballet teacher or what?
Yeah, I'm dancing. Yeah. Also some karate.
Karate, yeah?
Yeah. Can you show me one of your special kicks?
You want to see one of my kicks?
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah?
Oh shit! Oh damn! Oh, yo, Herman knocked him out. Woo! He called Berman a friggin' ballet teacher. You don't, Herman. Yo, and then here's the videos. We got it right here. He came in there. He walked in there. There he goes.
What are you, the ballet teacher or what?
Yeah, I'm dancing. Yeah. Also some karate.
Karate, yeah?
Yeah. Can you show me one of your special kicks?
You want to see one of my kicks?
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah?
Oh shit! Oh Jesus! Man! Woo! And he said, we'll take your employees. He chose violence. Pete Parsons showed him as one of the weak-ass kicks. Pete Parsons called him a ballet teacher, tried to give him a weak-ass kick. He gave him a freaking counter kick. Holy damn. Herman Hulst. Told you, man, he don't mess around. So, maybe corroborate Gaming Mankind's story here. Or maybe Herman took over. He says, I'm the captain now of this ship. But if you remember, if we go back to like that exclusive, there's a Grindhouse exclusive. I told you, I got all the data. I got the tapes, the receipts. I got all the information here. I heard him. No. He told them, dude. Wait, what's this? They were wait a second. Readers added 400 estimates. Oh, look at this. The readers added more information here to the Bungie post. I didn't even see this. They said that the readers added context. 450 is the estimated total reduction in staff from 1,300. 220 is 17% of the 1,294. 850 is indicated in their article. We still have over 850 members, including Destiny and Marathon. This represents 34% reduction in total size. Listen, gave him free dental surgery. Hit that like button. Told you I got the tapes. Yeah, so it's a restructuring. And they got them to make another game. And now it's very different from this. We will creatively develop our own games. Well, it sounds like here that Herman with that roundhouse just said, you know what, 75 of you dudes, yeah, you're making a game for us right now. We're reviving a new game. We're making a new studio. We're spinning you off. They basically went in there and took over. And if you remember, there was a rumor, and I didn't look at it. There was something going on here. Did we, yeah. And just to kind of go back to the end of this thing, he says, additionally, in 2023, our rapid expansion ran headlong into broad economic slowdown, sharp downturn in the industry, and our quality miss. Uh-oh. Excuse me. You are now, Sony's putting their thing there, and you had a quality miss. Look what Herman did to Microsoft Studios to sue in the hallway. Our quality miss with Destiny 2 Lightfall. Look what Herman did. Look what he did. You had a quality miss? After Sony said we're putting money on, Herman Holtz went over there, 3 buttons undone, drop kicks. I got the tapes, I told you. Destiny 2 Lightfall, and they needed to give both the Final Shape and Marathon the time they needed, both projects to deliver quality our players expect and deserve. Oof. And those are words that Sony does not want to hear. When you got Herman Holtz out there with 3 buttons talking about quality games, and they just bought and they're saying we need to deliver the quality, we miss quality. We were overly ambitious. Our financial safety margins were exceeded. That's a tokiness. Exactly. A quality miss. I don't know how you miss quality, Zero Steel. Exactly. I don't know how you have a quality miss. That means, was it purposeful? Was it purposeful? I don't know. How do you have a quality miss? You missed quality. That's what you did. You sucked. That's what happened. Yes. As a result, we're saying you missed on quality. Exactly. And not only did they miss with the quality, this is the executives now. Not only did they miss with the quality, but they also over their financial safety margins and went into the red. Yo. So not only did you not satisfy the Destiny players on the quality and content that they wanted, but not only that, you missed those expectations, but you also spent more money than you were allowed, or more money than you anticipated. So it was not only a miss with the community and the game reception, but also a financial hit. That's a double whammy. And one of the things, and I don't remember if this was a rumor, if somebody could find the link, and y'all, yeah, I'm going to show that too. But there was a rumor that Bungie needed something to get the game to hit, or Sony will take over. And there was something where that there, and I don't think it was ever confirmed, But I remember hearing, again, I don't know if this was confirmed or something, but I remember hearing about in the media, I don't know if it came from Grub, I don't know where it came from Twitter, but that there was a deal, like Sony was like, hey, if you guys could take care of yourself and do what you said you're going to do, like, you know, what you said, that you're going to develop your own stuff and independently publish, and you don't need us and you don't hit us for stuff, and you could do it, and we could use our resources and stuff like that, then okay. But if you don't hit your numbers, then we could come in and we're scrapping that whole independent shit, and we're going to kind of take what we need from them. Josh says that was around their last layoffs. What was that? Take over Bungie if they don't hit. It was before the final shape. I remember, like, it was around that. Now you find all the recent stuff. But yeah, I remember that being said. Mostly on management. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can find the video, anywhere that was. Oh wait, what's this? Oh wait, maybe I found it. So, yes, here it is. Here it is. Where's the source though? Oh, goddamn IGN. Uh-oh. But here it is at the end of last year, right? Yeah, I found it. Internet, Michael. Look, I research stuff. I research it live for you guys because I'm not. No. Yeah, exactly. Hit the like button. Holy shit, we got almost 200 people in here on an impromptu show. Woo! Hit that like button. Grind and subscribe if you're new. You want to be subscribed here and hit that notification. So at the end, so this is the article back then. Morale appeared to be created as the threats of more layoffs. This is the end of last year, December 6, 2023. While Sony acquired Destiny 2 maker Bungie for $3.6 billion in 2022, it repeatedly claimed that the creative Halo and other hits will remain independent subsidiary. Now IGN reports that if Bungie's sci-fi MMO keeps failing revenue targets, Sony could dissolve its existing board of directors and take full control of roughly 1,100 person studio. That was the thing. According to IGN, Bungie's current post-acquisition board of directors consists of the head PlayStation Studios Herman Holtz, VP Eric Lepnell, Bungie co-founder Jason Jones, Bungie Louise Vane, and Bungie CEO Pete Parsons, and Parsons as the tie-breaking decider. That structure is based on the studio meeting certain financial targets. However, and if Bungie continues to fall short of them, Sony will take full control of the long-running shooter maker. There it is. And we're seeing the beginning of it today. Sony's doing what it was. If you keep missing your financial targets, in the wake, so yeah, there was a disclosure. There was a disclosure to the deal that if you keep hitting your money the way you want to do it, you keep doing your money, you want to be independent, you want to be the big shot, we'll buy you. But guess what? If you start tripping into our stuff, we're going to dissolve and we're taking over. If you keep missing your financial hits, your financial budgets. And there you go. In the wake of 100 layoffs at Bungie in October, Bloomberg reported that the studio had missed its 2023 forecast by 45%, following the launch of the disappointment of Lightfall expansion. With player counts for Destiny reaching historic lows, at least on PC, IGN reports that Parsons, not Sony, made the decision to lay off staff and institute other cost-cutting measures in order to fill the hole left by seemingly unrealistic revenue targets. Holy shit!
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy
shit.
Activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit,
no. Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
Parsons laid off to make, because he wanted to make sure they hit their friggin' money, because he knew his ass was grass if he did not make his money, and Sony will say, oh, now you're tripping into our money now. There you go. He laid off people in October to try to save his face. In order to fill the hole. He made it, not Sony. Sony did not lay off people in October. He did. According to IGN, the further cost-cutting measures, including a hiring freeze, a crackdown on annual cost of living adjustments to salaries, and no holiday bonuses. Motherfucking Clark Griswold his ass. Dude, some of the bitch didn't give out holiday bonuses. He did goddamn Christmas vacation in real life. He did goddamn Christmas vacation in real life. He ceased holiday bonuses and gave him the goddamn Fruit of the Month Club. Pete Parsons, how are you still there, you stupid son of a bitch? I want Herman Holtz to drop kick your ass. He friggin' goddamn Christmas vacation Bungie employees. He said no holiday bonuses. People didn't get their friggin' in-ground pools. Christmas vacation their ass. Clark Griswold. He gave them the Fruit of the Month Club. You piece of shit. Goddamn the Grinch. That's right, Hoodrich. Fucking the Grinch. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, well, and by the way, wait a second. We're going to get to the humdinger, Nick. We'll get to the humdingers. No swimming pool. Jelly of the Month Club. That's right, Scoop. He gave them the friggin' Jelly of the Month Club. Holy shit. Now he says no holiday bonuses, and the reason they have cuts hurt the studio, D&E incentives, and meeting groups. While morale has apparently taken a nosedive, IGN reports that senior management has appeared to show a surprising amount of indifference, even upright flippancy or hostility. Flippancy. What the hell is it? One source told IGN that studio is probably looking at even more layoffs if Destiny 2's biggest expansion, the Final Shape, doesn't perform better than this year. Originally set to arrive in February, which it was delayed. The Final Shape was recently delayed until June to provide more time for Bungie to improve upon it, while recently the Extraction Shooter Marathon was delayed till 2025. Shit, is it still going? It keeps going. It paints an exceedingly grim picture of a studio that has historically thrived and continued fought to remain independent. Because remember, they fought to be independent. They wanted to be independent of Microsoft. They wanted to be independent, even with Activision stuff. They didn't. They just wanted to make their game. They partnered with them. They wanted to be. They even said it. I got it here. He said it right here. Pete Parsons, the same clown. When they were purchased by PlayStation, he said, "We will continue to independently publish and develop our games, and they will not be PlayStation exclusives." He was saying, he wanted to remain independent, but with Sony's wallet. We don't need you. We'll take care of ourselves. We'll partner with you. You could fund us, but Sony had the stipulation. If you're not making your money, we're coming. Repo Man. Goddamn Herman Holtz Repo Man. And quality was missed. Herman Holtz went in there with I think he went in there with no shirt on. Drop kicking sons of bitches today. I think he ripped off his shirt with his battle scars that he had on. He had a goddamn God of War scar across his chest. Pete Parsons handing out Jelly of the Month clubs, tool man. He said no bonuses for you, no holiday bonuses. He goddamn did the Clark Griswold Christmas vacation to them. Herman went over there with no shirt on, goddamn Zangief scar across his goddamn chest. What's up, Blaze? How you doing, man? Blaze, I got the exclusive video. I got the exclusive sound clips. Herman Holtz meeting with Pete Parsons. Pete Parsons called him a ballet dancer. Here's the clip.
What are you, the ballet teacher or what?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm dancing, yeah. Also some karate.
Karate, huh?
Yeah, can you show me one of your special kicks?
You want to see one of my kicks?
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah?
Oh, shit. Pete Parsons, face down. Oh, shit. Yo, that's a Herman. Exclusive. And then we interviewed him later. I had the woman from the Gaming Grindhouse to go out there and ask Herman Holtz some questions about why the hell he beat the shit out of Pete Parsons. And here's the interview.
Be French or something because of your accent.
What accent?
Jesus. Herman has no accent. But anyway, back to the thing. Following reports of crunch and unsustainable financial expectations. Under that arrangement, Bungie bought itself out of Activision's agreement in 2019 while retaining the Destiny 2 franchise. See, they want to be independent. But if you want to be the big boys, you gotta financially sustain yourself. And in the years since that 2019 agreement, the studio appeared to be the poster child of how to successfully make a live service game. It remains to be seen how much of the studio's recent problems are due to veteran decision makers within Bungie or new expectations from Sony. We don't know. True, Virgil, get the balls out of your mouth. Get the balls out of your mouth because you know right here. And then we're talking about him cutting holiday bonuses and making the layoffs. True, Virgil, did you miss the article where they said it was his decision not to lay off people to save his ass? Right? And then, oh wait, where's it? Look at this. Where is this thing? Did I have him? He used the money. Where is it? I gotta find it now. Pete Parsons, the guy who canceled Christmas bonus. Where is it? Where? I got this. Here we go. Where's my music? Where's my music? The guy who canceled, the gaming Grinch, Josh Ayers, the gaming Grinch, canceled holiday bonuses. This is what he did with the money. Bungie CEO spent over $2.3 million on classic cars after Sony's acquisition. Goddamn Christmas Grinch. No holiday bonus, layoffs because I gotta save my financial ass. And he spent $2.3 million on classic cars after Sony gave him some money. There you go. He's been an executive for 2 decades. He's the new Big Booty Bobby. Get him out of there. There we go. Look at this son of a bitch. Bungie struggles around the evolution of Destiny. Dude spent his money. They want his ass to resign. He locked his Twitter account after announcing 220 players. Yo, he's the new Big Booty Bobby. Big Booty Bobby reincarnated. We were overly ambitious, our financial targets. After this new... Yo. I don't think he makes it out this year. Herman better give him a goddamn split nut punch. I'm the captain now. Let me see one of your kicks, Pete Parsons. I'll show you. You believe this shit? And people running around. Sony did this. Sony is just saying, hey, if you want to be independent, you got to pay to play. If you're not making enough money and not hitting your targets, then we're not losing our business on you. Because you got to remember, the gaming business, they don't have the overhead that Microsoft has. They can't have Phil go shit in a corner somewhere and just say, oh, yeah, well, Microsoft will, our cleaners will take care of it. If someone at Sony took a shit in a corner, that person has to go back and pick it up because Sony's not that, they don't have that kind of flex. You know? Phil got booty picking up the shit after him. He got a server. There's no servers over at Sony. You make a mistake, you're the one. So if Sony's making money and putting money in Bungie, and Bungie is bringing them down because they are missing their shit, then Herman's going over there, no shirt on, Zangief scar, and about to whoop some ass. And then say, I want these 72 people to work with me. I want a new game. And I want these 150 people to come work for Sony. And I'm coming back for you, Pete Parsons. I'm coming back for your ass. Pete Parsons is on warning right now. He has like half a studio left, and he's trying to salvage goddamn Marathon and Destiny. Herman Holtz is going to come back with a vengeance. This bullshit continues. He just came over and plucked the beast. He's coming back. But this is all on them. They want, look, with your chest.
You're my number one customer.
We're at Bungie's final shape right now. This is what happens. I just read the whole article about what the deal was, that they could dissolve the board if they continue to miss their financial targets. Final shape is out. Where the hell's Marathon? Who the hell knows? You think they're going to hit financial targets from now? I told you, yo, I got the video. Herman Holtz went over there like this. There he goes. He said he already took care of Microsoft. He's like, if I went into Microsoft Studios, there'll be no mopeds, no cartwheel call. He went over there, he saw Pete Parsons, he give him a drop kick. And I want 72 people to make a game. Sony got to clean this shit up. Sony is salvaging what's left of Bungie because it was incompetently run by Pete Parsons. Big Booty Bobby, Bobby Kodak reincarnated. Dude spending money on cars and canceling Christmas bonuses because he needs to try to hit his financial targets so that the board doesn't get dissolved and his ass is on the streets. But he don't mind cutting out 220 people of hardworking employees and sending them out, and his ass is still there. That's what grinds my gears so much. This son of a bitch who overspent, who over-anticipated, he decided to cut jobs in October to save his ass. In December, to save his ass. Still didn't save his ass. And he's still there. And 220 people without jobs. And Sony had to salvage 110 of them and now start 72 on a studio. Come on. Look, if you look at the difference, guys, right here. These two sections, 155 moving to Sony, 75 moving to a new studio. Those two sections, that is Sony salvaging the talent at Bungie that would have otherwise been laid off. All right? As of now, this is from Jason Schreier. This is what I interpret it as, is that there would have been more people, and per Grubb and per other people, there would have been more people let go from Sony, from Bungie today. And Sony was able to salvage 155 and 75 to a new studio, because that new studio was basically a small project that they said, okay, well, we want people working on that. Sony went in there and said, we're going to salvage it. Those 155 and 75, Sony salvaged them. This is not no bootlicking, ass kicking of Sony. That's what happened. They would have laid off more people if Sony didn't go in there and do what the hell they did. That's what it says. And given what I read about IGN's article, now we know they didn't hit their financial targets, so therefore Sony can start dissolving the board. And I think that's step number 2, because there's nothing going to be coming from Bungie from now. Like, Marathon's not coming. There's nothing to save them to hit their financial targets, unless, I don't know what it is. Destiny's very free to play. And the son of a bitch that made those decisions. And it says right there, Sony did not make the decisions of the layoffs back in December. It was him to try to get him and cut Christmas bonus, holiday bonuses, to try to get his shit in the green or in the black, so he wouldn't have this happen and lose his job. That's what happened. They said it because they wanted to run independently from the chest. There you go, man. From the chest. Bungie will continue. This is when they bought them. Bungie will continue to independently publish and create their own shit, and their games are not exclusive. They wanted to remain independent. And Sony, if Bungie did not hit those targets, that's what the article said. If Bungie did not hit those targets, here's the article. No, that's him buying shit. But if Bungie didn't hit those targets, then Sony could dissolve the board. There you go. It says it right there. I'll put the article in the chat. Where is it? It was from, yeah. And here's a Forbes article. So if you don't want to believe, if you don't want to believe what that is from IGN, here's the report. I'll put the article in the chat if you want to read it. But this is the one that said it. There you go. This is the article that I just read. That I just put in the chat. Saying Christmas bonuses, all that stuff. That Sony could dissolve the board if they continue not to hit their financial target. But this is the source of the whole thing. There it is. See? The Destiny 2 Marathon developer may not claim the list. And the reason why they partnered with Sony is because they were struggling. Yeah, Final Shape is the last one. There's like some seasonal stuff right now going on, dude. But I don't think anything's going to turn it around. Michael Moridian with the 5, he goes, Jez, is he the one that told Totoki that's not how we do things in America? Well, I don't know. Let me see. But it just sucks that this guy made that decision. So let's see. E. Parsons to Totoki. And you know that Totoki. Yeah, I can't find that. You can find ways if that's what it was. But yeah, dude, it sucks. It sucks that his decisions and his poor financial judgment has caused them to leave. And it says here, correction, Jay Shire just said, I am told that it is closer to 40 people that are moving from Bunny's incubation team to the new studio. So not 72, so about 40. That's kind of small. What's up, Mighty McFly? Mighty McFly here? Illuminati blames Sony. Hey, man, you can blame whoever you want. I'm just reading the news. The thing is that I showed you why, Illuminati, that the thing is that Sony Bungie was remaining independent. Here's the quote. Look, this is their quote when they were purchased. It says here, Bungie will continue to independently publish and creative develop their own games, Bungie P. Parsons said. And he says the future games won't be PlayStation exclusives. Basically, Sony had nothing to do with their stuff. Sony was consulting them. Sony paid them to retain talent. They gave them a bonus to retain talent as part of that $3.6 billion acquisition. And they were trying to remain independent. That's what that article was. Sony had nothing to couldn't say with it, and we don't know. You guys want to blame Sony? Yeah, blame Sony. I assume you blame Microsoft for all the shit that they're doing, right? Like True Virgil. Right, Illuminati? I'm sure you got Phil's roasted ass, right? For what we're going to talk about next. I just want to make sure that you got the same energy. We're going to go now into Phil. So I hope you blame Phil Spencer and Microsoft about what we're going to talk about next, right? I don't know. Hope it's the same energy there. Because we got to make sure that we treat everybody equally. The corporation greed. And who knows? Like, we don't know what Sony's fault is. Who the hell knows? I don't know. All I'm telling you is what I see here. It sounds like Bungie was in the shit. They weren't making the money. And Sony was flexing its post-agreement that if you are not financially stable to function independently like we agreed upon, we could come now and take what we want from you. And that's where this takeover and Herman Holtz going in there and drop kicking everybody. There it is. Exactly. Sony walked in and said, we retained these nuts. I just read the article's right here. Go read. It's right here. The whole thing that happened in December. I'm sure nobody is going back into this section because this is key. December 6, 2023, when they did their first layoffs, they weren't from Sony. They were from Pete Parsons trying to save his ass. That's what this says. Wanna, $2. Is this that organic growth that Sony fanboys talked about? The hell was that? Organic, yeah, right? It's organically, you mess up, we're going to come over and we're going to gut punch you, right? That's what Sony's now is flexing. This is the organic growth. Takeover. Dude, it said it right there, dude. It says here, where is it? I guess I got to read it because there's people in the chat that still need some clarification here. But the exact details are not known. But this is what it says. Well, I'm going to see if I can find that right there. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Where's the other? Yeah, there were other, I don't know all the deal shit. Who the hell knows? Where is the See, I'm trying to not get this one. Where's the December one? Because that article I was just reading. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. This is the paragraph that you need to see for those. According to IGN, Bungie's current post-acquisition board of directors consists of these people. That structure is based on the studio meeting certain financial targets. However, if Bungie continues to fall short of them, Sony will take full control of the long-running shooter maker, apparently. So maybe this is the start of it, but that's what it sounds like. They want to function independently. They can't fund themselves. They need Sony's wallet, and Sony's like, well, now if you're using our money, then we got some stipulations. Down those. Consolidation sucks ass. If every industry is doing great, then what the hell's going on? People losing their jobs. I think it's all bullshit. I think it's all bull. They talk about gaming growing. More people. Nah, no problem, Illuminati. I appreciate it, man. But that's what the article says, man. Hey, if you blame Sony, I don't trust any of these friggin' companies. I'm not saying Sony's the hero in this whole thing, but it looks like Sony was able to salvage some jobs and repurpose them. You want to call them a hero in the shitstorm? Whatever. I'm just saying that they were able to salvage some jobs in the thing, and it would have been more if Sony didn't have them go to the Sony IE and also take over with with that little project. So we get a game out of it too, I guess. But hey, it is what it is. It sucks. Consolidation sucks. I really think this whole Bungie thing was a goddamn waste of time for Sony. Now considering that they're not even focused on the service stuff too much, and and if I swear, if Bungie was the one that said Concord, look good, they all should be going. Because you know what? Like, why would they want something like that plays like a Destiny or an Overwatch or something? Like, come on, dude. Shit, now I have my microphone. Hold on. Fixing it. Sorry. What the hell? There we go. Fixed it. Sorry about that. But yeah, it is what it is. It sucks. It sucks. Jaffe in his own career. He did. Get the hell out of here. True Virgil, you a fan of what is that game? What is that game that he released that did horrible? The one with the cartoons. Here's what it is. I don't trust these big corporations anyway. But anyway, I'm just saying. I think the whole Bungie thing was messed up. But I think Bungie would have been in worse shape if they didn't have the Sony backing anyway, because Bungie was struggling to begin with. They were struggling to begin with. That's what I mean. In these acquisitions, these companies are looking to be acquired. Remember, like, they are not doing the best. Drawn to Death. Thank you, Josh Ayers. That's what it was. That's True Virgil's favorite game. Drawn Together. Drawn to Death. So, yeah. And then, we'll cover it as more stuff comes by. But, this is kind of the news. It sucks that people lost their job, and it sucks that, again, these big, high-level executives are the ones that are really messing things up. And it kind of sucks. And talking about deals and consolidation brings us to our next topic, Microsoft financials. That's right, Weeb. Weeb. Me hitting my mic is part of the show. I got to fix this crap because that's so friggin' annoying. I don't even touch it. I just, whatever. So friggin' annoying. So, Microsoft released their financials yesterday, and, we could pretty much predict what the hell's going on over there. And we got it here. So, Xbox ones, because I didn't give a shit how Microsoft's doing. Microsoft's doing fine as a company. And this is what I was saying. Like, Sony depends a lot on their gaming to drive their company. So, if their gaming starts getting hurt, same thing with Nintendo. If their stuff hurts, their company goes down. Microsoft could post these kind of numbers, and they're like, yo, we made money. Even though the other, like, console sales are just destroyed. Like, that's the biggest takeaway in here. But also, look, gaming revenue up 44%, bolstered by Activision 48%. Otherwise, it would have been down -4 if they didn't buy Activision. Content and services were up 61%, with Activision contributing to 58%. And now the thing that Activision can't save, Xbox hardware revenue down 42%.
Great ass!
That's a blues.
From that blues, coffee has gone cold, and you made Xbox lose their way with Halo. Stinky tears and spreading bull, trash finger strikes again. Yeah, blue. Coffee has gone cold, and he made Xbox lose their way with Halo. Stinky tears and spreading bull, trash finger strikes again.
Yo. That we just had to let the blues play, man. Nobody leaves this show without singing the blues. We had to let the blues just play. These are the Matt Booty blues. The coffee has gone cold. Listen. If you can't sit here with a straight face and go, why did they acquire Activision? Why were they so desperate? They were going to pull out of, after the CMA rejected this, they cried like big babies that they were going to pull out of the UK or whatever the hell they were going to pull out of, and they were going to take their Microsoft stuff and run away with it, and threatened the CMA and the country, acted like big babies. And they still proceeded with this. They sold their cloud to friggin' Ubisoft to satisfy concerns of the CMA. They did all this stuff. Why? To bring back Prototype? To get Crash into Game Pass? To put all those wonderful Activision games in Game Pass? You could count them on one hand. Diablo, Modern Warfare 3, the worst Call of Duty, and Diablo. What Activision catalog? Where? What? Why were they so desperate? Why were they so eager to do whatever it took? Sell their cloud. They were given 10-year deals like goddamn cotton candy at a carnival. 10 years. Who's breathing? Nvidia got 10 years. Nintendo taking it. You get 10 years. Boosteroid, Cloud, you got 10 years. Except Black Nut. They abandoned Black Nut. That's some bullshit. Proud sponsor of the Gaming Grindhouse. Black Nuts, proud watcher of the show. I don't know. But we defend the Black Nuts. Black Nuts Cloud was left out. They didn't get a 10-year deal. But all the other people got 10 years. They sold their cloud shit of Activision to Ubisoft. Yves Guillemot owns Activision Games and the cloud. You avoid the nuts, Josh. I don't know why. They dissolved their own cloud. Their xCloud is still in beta. They gave the shit. They said, NVIDIA, put our games on your cloud services. Even though that competes with us, who cares? Why were they so desperate? Why? If these numbers don't show you why, you're blind.
Like a blind man at an orgy, I was going to have to feel things out.
You're blind. Emma says Black Nut Cloud's amazing. I'm sure it's a great service. Microsoft didn't believe in it. It was on the CMA's list. We researched them. I watched the video of the lady. We streamed her demonstration. You could count them on your fingers. All the they're going to bring Guitar Hero back. I heard Guitar Hero's coming. No, none of that shit was it. Look at the numbers, because without Activision, Primal Plaza, I have no clue, but it exists and we watch it. But look at these numbers. It wasn't to bring Prototype. It wasn't for Guitar Hero. It wasn't to put the whole catalog in Game Pass. Oh, dude. Without Activision, I don't think their gaming would exist. I don't think they could legit go another whole ass year or two with minus 4% and 3%. Listen, think about it. Take Activision out of the picture and think minus 4% in gaming revenue. Content and services will be 3% up. 3% year over year. We're talking about Game Pass on everything. Game Pass services on every device available, on Samsung TVs, on phones, on iPhones, on iPads, on PC, giving it away with any device, with your Samsung tablet, with your iPad, with your laptop, with your PC, with your Samsung phone, everything. Think about it. They bought $7 billion of ZeniMax and all their games. Where is the plus percentage for ZeniMax? Nothing. You're telling me all that, and you went up a 3%? A minus 4% in gaming revenue? You own Elder Scrolls Online. You have all the ZeniMax online. You have all ZeniMax games. You have all your PC world and your store. Like all this shit. You're telling me all this stuff amounts to that little? And Activision did this. That's why they were so desperate. Because without Activision, they would be minus 42%, minus 4% in gaming revenue, and 3% in content and services. How many quarters can you do that for before they go, scrap the shit? We're done. Activision is Xbox. Activision is Xbox, Microsoft Gaming. And know what's going to be really crazy is comparing year over year next year, when now you don't have without Activision with Activision. Now we're going to see with Activision versus with Activision, and you're not going to see plus 48%. We might be back downs in the 2s and the 3s and the 5s. They might be next year, because now you're doing the halves with the halves. Now you're comparing last year when you didn't have Activision to this year when you had them. So that's two different things. Next year, let's see what the percentages are. What are they going to do? Have to buy another Like, what are they going to do? Buy EA? Like, they're buying whole-ass publishers to fluff their numbers. That's what they're doing. Activision saved Xbox. Activision is Xbox. Because without Activision, there is no growth. There is no money. There is nothing. So that's why they were desperate. Because they knew without Activision, they probably will be gone. And I think now Activision gave them a dog in the fight, and at least they could ride the wave of Call of Duty and Candy Crush. But you can't. But next year, if their percentage, they're going to be, wow, last year you were up 48%. How are we this year? And it's like, we're up 2. 1. What? 1%? We were 48%. Yeah, well, now we have Activision for another year. And then on top of that, if you say like, well, you know what, Microsoft is doing great for Activision, definitely Microsoft is really, really helping them, and Activision's really, saved. You got looking over here, where's this one? Per the Nibs, looking at Activision's report, Activision isn't profitable for Xbox in the last 3 quarters. Heavy losses in a row with acquisition integration, transactions, and operating costs. So Activision is not flourishing at all. It's all just manipulation of numbers after spending billions of dollars. There, look. The parentheses mean loss. There's Activision. They doing good? What's it going to be next year? I guess they won't have the cost, the costs and stuff like that. So maybe there will be in the plus, but they're down as well. They're coming off their worst Call of Duty. Now, all this stuff will probably increase once the new Call of Duty comes out. Maybe. So there should be some positivity in the future, right? Right? There should be some hope, right? Considering we're going to have a next quarter is going to be better, right? Well, I'm afraid I got some bad news. Amy Hood,
You're my number one customer.
over at Microsoft, in their little thing, said right here, the next quarter, their Windows OEM is going to flatline in the PC market. Xbox content and services will be in the low to mid 50s, driven by Activision. Gaming will be in the mid 30s, 40 points from Activision. And then grinders. Xbox hardware will decline again year over year.
It was a disaster, Ron. It was a disaster, Ron.
It's a train wreck.
It was a disaster, Ron. It was a disaster, Ron.
Ryan.
It was
A train wreck.
It was a disaster, Ron. It was.
How? Listen to me. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, because this is the question that I have. And you can answer in the chat if you have this question. I'll get to your super chat. Let me ask you this question. This hardware will decline again year over year. How you are releasing. Wait a second, not those guys. You're releasing 3 consoles refreshes. Xbox Series X all digital robot white with a 1 terabyte. Booster in the white with a 1 terabyte all digital, which has always been all digital. And Aaron Greenberg's special stripper glitter Xbox Series X coming in at a whopping $600,000 in stripper dollars for the glitter, a 2 terabyte SSD, 3 consoles, stripper glitter included. And you are saying, yeah, nah, dude. No hype. We're going, oh, well, we may be down, but, we're going to be releasing new hardware, so we may be up. She's like, nah, we are down again year over year. Does that tell you about what Microsoft perceives the demand for their consoles? 3 refreshes that did not exist last year. 3 refreshes. And you still are like, nah, dude, we're not even coming close. We are still down. Tell me what they think about the console. Tell me what they think about the demand. You got to scratch your head and go, why are they even doing this? What is the purpose? If they feel like it's not going to do anything. Like you're talking about, we were talking about Activision and have-nots. Last year, you did not have 3 refreshes. You had a black Series X that had a terabyte in it. Now you got a white one, and you're revamping your most powerful console. The premier console, your most powerful console, what is it? The daily driver staple best consoles getting a revision in stripper glitter with 2 terabytes and a diskless one in robot white. And you are like, no. The one that, Phil called it Project Skull. The one that Phil brought up about here, the Series S, Project Scarlet. Phil, tell me about what your anticipation was about this wonderful console, right? Where is this?
Build a great Project Scarlet. I want people to feel like they can have amazing console experiences they've never seen before, and that they've got the best lineup of content and services of any platform out there. And we're totally focused on that. And I know we have other things going with like coming to PC and xCloud, but I'll say that being a leader in console is something that the team is committed to doing, and we're not building this program to try to aim for second place. We were going to build it aiming for first place, and that's what I want to hit.
One of the other things.
Hardware will decline year over year. Last year, you didn't have this. Yes, this one right here. And then Amy Hood said this one. This is all in their post thing. And Tom Warren said, it's rare. This is their question and answers. And then I'll get you super chat. It's very rare. Well, let me do the super chat, and then we'll go into Amy Hood's next comment here, because maybe it's relevant to this thing. Kazakh Hero with the 5. He goes, pipe dream here, but what happens if the FTC pulls the deal apart and Activision is independent again? Just thinking about it. Yeah, I don't think they're going, I know that they put up some things about them increasing the price and devaluing the middle part of Game Pass, but we see the fact that they're pointing out what the difference is with Activision. It just shows that, Activision basically took over Microsoft Gaming, financially, and what's going to happen? Who are they going to follow? The 0%, the minus 40, the minus 47%. That's going to be where everybody's putting their money in. Nobody's putting their money in at a minus 47%, like year over year and the quarters and all that other stuff. Nobody, they're putting their money in probably more into Activision because Activision's carrying them. This wasn't this was a deal of desperation. I said this all last year. This wasn't a deal to make Activision better and to bring back old IP. What are you bringing back? You have no friggin' leverage. Your whole Xbox, ZeniMax, everything, all those studios you bought, guys, all the studios they bought, ZeniMax and all those games, Machine Games and all that stuff amounted to minus 4%. Oh my God. All those studio acquisitions, everything. And this was the quarter that Hellblade 2 dropped.
Would you ship that? Would you just play
Hellblade 2? We got a pipeline, Satya said. Stuttering and all. He had a pipeline. What pipeline, dude? You dropped a game in friggin' May that'll be finished in 7 hours of walking. And the next game's what? When's Indiana coming out? When's Avowed coming out? Those are your games. You own them. I'm not going to talk about Stalker 2. You don't own them. Where the hell's Avowed's release date? You're increasing the prices for day one, but you won't tell us when day one is. Where's the day one? Oh, well, $20 for day one, but we won't tell you day one. He's so transparent. We're going to put day one games behind a specific upgraded paywall. You pay $15 to be the sucker and don't get day one, but you pay $20 to get that premiere day one game. Oh, shit. Which one, Phil? I don't know when day one is. This was the quarter that Hellblade dropped. And then minus 4%. Then, this is what they said in the question and answers. It's rare to see that Xbox is being asked in a Microsoft earnings call. They usually don't even ask about it. Well, now they are because they spent $80 billion and people want to know, are we getting that money back? See, this is the problem when you spend so much friggin' money. Now you were a blip. Now you're a goddamn wad. Pause. You spent $80 billion. Guess what happens? Eyeballs start looking at, whoa, hey, this Xbox business used to be something I used to wipe my ass with. But now all of a sudden it's shitting up the place. What are we doing here? And that's not good news for the console. Because if investors now are asking about how Xbox is doing, because now $80 billion was spent for Xbox, well, guess what they're going to see? Hardware sucks. And what are they going to say? Yeah, we don't need that anymore. And Amy Hood says Xbox, this is her comment, CFO Amy Hood points towards Xbox moving towards what looks, quote, looks like what's, quote, looks more like to us a software and annuity and subscription business with enhanced transactions and the ownership of IP. Hood points to the progress of Game Pass and IP that can be monetized in multiple ways.
But I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine!
Yo, this lady, Amy Boys in the Hood, is friggin' talking probably about commercials, ads, and functioning more like a service model, like your Hulus, your Disney Pluses, just in gaming, the Netflix of gaming. They are done. They are done. I don't know how the hell you come out and gonna pull a goddamn portable Xbox out your ass.
Great ass!
And think people are gonna even turn sideways. I'm telling you right now, my prediction was this next Xbox, it's not even gonna be an Xbox. It is going to be a Windows device. It is gonna fall under devices. It is not gonna fall under hardware and consoles. You got to get rid of that category pronto. That category is garbage. Look at this. Shout out to Zoobs. Look at this. Xbox hardware in the last 2 fiscal years. 2 fiscal years. Look at this. 23 plus 13. There we go. Minus 13. Minus 30. Minus 13. Minus 7. Plus 3. And now, minus 31 and minus 42. Who, now that Xbox is being asked by him, who the hell, who's going to pull out a console and then tell me the next quarter we're going to be down again? Who? Who's going to buy another console? Like, it can't be a console. This whole Xbox hardware is going to be eradicated with the next device. That's my prediction. My prediction, this whole Xbox hardware is going to be, it's going to be gone. It is going to be it's going to fall on the devices. The same thing as a Surface, as PC. It's just going to be a gaming. It's going to be a device. That's why they got to get out of this whole Xbox console hardware thing, because that is just travesty. It's horrible. Dude, we're 4 years into a new generation. You're releasing multiple versions and a mid-year, refreshes to the stuff. And you're still anticipating a loss. And when you have a loss compounded by a loss, that's not good. And no one else is not good. We know that these numbers are not high. This is not like, oh, well, last year you sold 200% and now you dropped to 47% down. No, last year you were down 30, or you were down what? You were down 13, and now we're down 42. Yo, it is like a ski slope. It is a ski slope. And I'm sure during the holidays you'll get a bump and you'll get a plus. And I'm sure Call of Duty may drive it. I don't know. Are they doing a really good job of making Call of Duty branded with Xbox? I don't know. I don't really think so. Maybe with that showcase. But also, too, this month, grind this. Look, April to June. What was June? What was June?
Gaming.
What was June? That wonderful showcase. He showed Perfect Dark. He showed Fable. He says, you know, we had to crack a few eggs and fire people over at, we had to let go of a whole studio over Arcane Don't Miss, and we let them go. And then we had to let go of Watango Gameworks. We had to let them go so I could give you these showcases. Well, Phil, your showcase didn't do shit.
Here it comes.
The effort he went on his showcase, it's like the election. He basically goes on the showcase. He does interviews with IGN, going, I'm not going to do sleazy things. He does his campaign. Your campaigning in June gave you the worst drop in games. April, May, June. May was Hellblade 2, a sequel to a successful game that launched years ago. Took too long to make the sequel. May, you dropped the game. June, you had your showcase. Minus 42%. Didn't do shit for the Xbox.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
You went on IGN?
We don't care.
I don't do sleazy things. You were going out there going, I'm making you choice. I'm giving you choice. You got choice. I'm not telling you what to do with sleazy things. You get the choice. You're giving you choice. Well, they're choosing, Phil. I showed you right here. They're choosing. Look, Phil, they choose. They're choosing right here, Phil. Here's your choice. They're choosing you, Phil. They're choosing you. I'm giving you choice. I'm not doing sleazy things. A choice. A choice. Here. There's your choice. What happened? They're not picking you. What are you doing? You had a game release, Hellblade 2, in that quarter. You had a showcase, Xbox front and center, showcase, and Call of Duty after the show. Then you touted your Mickey Mouse ass, oh boy, to IGN and did your PR stunt. You hugged the grandmas, you kissed the babies, you did your rooftop parties, grabbed ass, booty clapping in the streets. Sarah Bond out there, booty shouting out.
Great ass!
You did all your campaigning. The whole circus was there. Mickey, goofy ass Donald, Goofy Greenberg. Phil Spencer, oh boy, let me hug the Xbox fans. Oh boy, oh. Goddamn Phil Mouse out there. PR campaigning. Oh, I showed Fable. Oh. Didn't do shit. But you went on the IGN stage and said that you had to fire people in order to give us the shows like that. You know what? I got another exclusive interview. I asked Herman Hulst what he thought about Phil Spencer parading around during June showcase. I asked Herman because I got the inside knowledge. I asked Herman, what do you think about Phil Spencer parading around all over the place like goddamn Mickey Mouse electing and doesn't do shit? And Herman gave me this quote. Grinders, hit that like button. I'm going to play what Herman told me when I asked him. Herman, here it is. Herman Hulst, when asked about Phil Spencer doing those interviews.
No, you like to look at yourself on television, you sick son of a bitch. So look at this.
Oh, shit! Yo, Herman is pissed. Dude, Herman pissed. We'll play it again.
No, you like to look at yourself on television, you sick son of a bitch. So look at this.
Oh, damn! Herman! He knows that Phil loves to watch himself on TV. He probably goes back and watches that IGN interview. Gets all excited. Look at me. Damn. Herman had some choice words for Phil Spencer. I thought they were friends. They're not. Phil Spencer does his annual June. Yeah, that's Phil's campaigning. But look, guys, all that. And what does that tell them? Hardware wasn't moved because Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2 wasn't even a physical release. It's just a mess. And that June showcase, what is the purpose? Everybody, where's our show? Like that's what happens when you have a showcase of nothing. You had no release dates to your games, no open pre-orders, no bundles. You had nothing. You were just a bunch of smoke and mirrors. Oh, look at all this stuff. In-engine, in-ass, in all this other shit. Oh, rendered with this and running on whatever the fuck. This is what they did. It was all smoke and mirrors. Because guess what? There was nothing to take from that to go to a store and say, I'm going to buy an Xbox because I want to play that game. You still don't have release dates of any of the Avowed. Dude, they used Avowed and Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones had a goddamn 20-minute video gameplay shit in January. At the you know where, right? I can tell you why we probably don't see gameplay anymore. It was a disaster, Ryan.
It was
a train wreck, Ryan.
It was a disaster, Ryan.
You know where we got this wonderful footage from. Sue on the moped, cartwheel call. You know? January, they showed about 25 minutes of friggin' Indiana Jones gameplay. We are now on about August 1st and still don't have a friggin' release date. January. Developer Direct. and cartwheels, and mopeds. That's how long we saw, and that was when they actually showed the game. We knew about the game back when the acquisition of Bethesda was going on. Disney announced it back then, Indiana Jones from Machine Games. We knew about that game friggin' 3 years ago. We didn't see shit until January. And we saw a whole bullshit goddamn CGI friggin' cutscene in June and no release date. No, where's the special edition with the whip, Phil?
Great ass!
Where's that pre-order? $200, Indiana Jones, the game with the whip. Where's the special edition? Avowed. Oh, what did they say about that? Oh, we saw that you liked the third person. It was really an accessibility mode. The animations are not made for third person. It's an accessibility will work. And we still don't have a release date for Avowed. Look at this. Josh here says Avowed and Indie and Visions of Mana were on the same show, and Visions of Mana has a demo out. Dude, we saw Stellar Blade earlier this year. We played the game, beat it, moved on. This is what I mean. Final Fantasy VII had a friggin' showcase. Released it, we played it, moving on. Microsoft's talking about their game. They showed vacation photos of a Hellblade 2. Shit came and went like a fart in the wind. That's right. And there's the month. Hellblade 2 money. How did we do? How did Hellblade 2 money go? Content and services. How did we do? Activision saved us. You find think about it. What incentive do these finance people even have? Like, what incentive does anybody have at Microsoft when you put out Hellblade 2 and you're looking at these numbers? All driven by Activision. Like, what incentive do you have? Like, that's the problem. All the stuff that entertains us as gamers, right? Everything that we want, the games, they're the things that are doing the worst at Microsoft. Now, I bet when Sony does theirs, they're going to have a drop too, I am sure. But Sony's coming off a year of astronomical numbers. So they're going to have a decline because you can't sell 200%, 2 years in a row. So there's going to be a drop. But this drop is coming from a drop of a drop. Like, this is a downward slope of the hardware. And the fact that Sarah Bond was teasing more hardware in February, and they have 3 revisions of their console coming in 4 years in, and they still don't have any hope. No mention like, oh yeah, well, we got 3 refreshes coming, but we're still going to be, we expect them to be down year over year again. Hardware will decline again year over year. Even though this year we have, because this I think is the most troubling of it. Like, yeah, the 42% sucks. It is, especially that they dropped software because, again, it's like you can count it on your finger. Hellblade 2, when was the last game? Oh, Forza in December. Microsoft, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Their roadmap sucks. Like, they haven't really, what are they going to do? They're going to have Avowed, Stalker 2, and Indiana Jones will come out a week from each other? Like, what is that going to happen? The mobile store's launching, Josh is. Yeah, the mobile store's launching too. The web browser on your phone to buy some bullshit. I don't know what that was for. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. But this is the most troubling one. Xbox hardware will decline again when you have planned rollout of refreshed hardware coming out. That shows that there is no demand. I don't even know. Now I'm convinced these June showcases, this whole fan fest thing, it really is a grab and ass session. It really is just to kind of satisfy the Xbox fans to make it look like they give a shit. It is seriously like the fake smoke and mirror dog and pony show. We care about you bullshit. Because if they really cared about people, then they would be doing stuff that the gamers want. And the fact that you even listen to old things, and I'm gonna try to get Tim Dog on here because I gotta talk to him. We gotta talk because I gotta hear some of the stuff he was saying, how they asked him for input and all this other stuff, and it's insane that they have that kind of connection to them, and still this is the results. That is a slap in the face. I think Tim needs to get on the Grindhouse. I'm going to get him on here, the Grindhouse. We're going to have a special show. Because this is ridiculous. I want to know, because it's got to be even worse. When you're telling them, dude, I don't like this. Dude, this is what I want. And they continue to do this. It's like, well, why waste my breath? Why waste my time, my money, my thing going out here to celebrate what? It's all a front. Because if that June showcase is there and they believe in the brand and feels like the choice, it's about choice. Phil, here's your choice. Look. Activision's carrying your whole goddamn gaming division. Everything that you did. Everything. All the studios. Double Fine, Ninja Theory, Compulsion Games, Obsidian, ZeniMax, the whole publisher of ZeniMax and Bethesda, Machine Games, and what is it? Arcane, don't miss. All this stuff amounts to negative. And Activision's carrying your whole thing. It's crazy that and grinders, here, all those years of oh, well, they just bought a bunch of studios. They're coming back. This is their year. All that. And we never even got numbers like this for the ZeniMax deal. They weren't like, oh, we're up 10% because of ZeniMax. They never even said that shit. That's how irrelevant that $7 billion is. I don't even understand it now. Activision is them. Yeah, Salas. That transparent controller does look pretty cool. I do have to say that Xbox blue control that's transparent is blue. That mean more games are coming? I don't know. But it is cool. I like that blue control. I like transparent ones. It reminds me of, remember the PlayStation controller? Salas. Yeah. Remember that PlayStation one, like the Celebration one? But yeah. But this whole thing, hardware will decline again. Like they are just giving up. So I don't know. That's why I tell you that next hardware from them, it's not going to be a console. It is going to be an Asus ROG Windows device. And Sarah Bond is in charge of making sure that, and this is another crazy point that I want to talk about too. Xbox consoles mean money in services. Because Xbox hardware is tied directly into Xbox Live or Xbox Game Pass Core. You gotta pay for online with Xbox hardware. So the services and the hardware on Xbox really go hand in hand. That's why it is a head scratcher to me when Microsoft is like, no console required. It's like, dude, first off, the consoles are the thing that are powering your cloud, and you don't get Xbox Skip. Secondly, the consoles are required for online because it's free everywhere. Phones, PC, online is free everywhere. So your console is the only place where somebody has to pay to play online. And Phil said it. The console is...
About console is it's your highest value gamer.
It's your highest value gamer. So how the hell is your console that you wanted to win this generation, and you are constantly doing year-over-year declines? What is that hardware going to be? How? What is that? Where is it? Like, how much of this are you going to do? And what, pull out a hardware out of your pocket? And think those numbers turn around? That device cannot be Microsoft Xbox hardware. It can't be. It has to be a Windows, a Surface device, some sort of device, which Surface is not doing well either. even though they released AI Copilot with Surface devices. That, remember all that hype, AI Copilot, and everybody was like, I love my AI. It's going to beat the Mac. Yeah. Well, it didn't do well this quarter. They said maybe next quarter is going to reflect it, but it didn't light the world on fire to be so far. We'll see next quarter. But that whole AI devices and all that other shit, Windows on ARM, remember? All those laptop PCs that, Tom Warren's and all the friggin' Microsoft fans were hyping. Oh, I'm getting rid of my... Yeah, you're getting rid of your Mac. My ass. Oh, this is the next thing. Windows on ARM. Oh, my God. This is incredible. Yeah, We'll see next month if it does anything. But I got to tell you, this next hardware can't be Xbox hardware. It is not another console. It can't be. They got to get rid of these numbers. Because there's no way, no matter what they release, they're releasing new stuff. It's not going to change it. I think it's going to be an ARM device. Michael, I think it's going to be a Windows on ARM Xbox. And I think what Sarah Bond's team is working on, forward compatibility, is getting those games off of the console. Because they can't drop the console and go right to a Windows-powered gaming system. Because the console games run in special Xbox formats. It's even though it's Windows based, as we know, building a game for PC is different than console, even though they share Windows. The problem is that there are games on Xbox that are not on PC. Just look. They're not in the Windows store. So they can't honor those games. They got to make sure that those games work. So either they get them in the Windows store on Windows on PC in order to do that, but I think that's what forward compatibility means. That's so they could leave the console. But then I think, on the other end, how do they abandon the console when the console is the only one paying for online? That is free money for them. Xbox Game Pass Core, that is free money. So if they shut down the hardware, they lose that. So maybe they won't. Maybe they'll keep Xbox Series consoles for those that want it, and then just kind of really give another choice out there. Maybe. I don't know. But listen, if you're a developer and you're making games and you see, are you going to make an Xbox version? Look at this. Are you making an Xbox version? Like, you don't need to be a genius. You don't need to be in the inside. Just as common sense. Look at this. Where's the Xbox version? Who?
Very best work in gaming. It's a core business for us. But
Oh no! We suck
So
again.
there's going to be more Xbox skip. Like, look at this. Like, if you're a developer, so if you talk about content and gaming, that's what we care about. Where's it going? Yeah. The Xbox version could wait. And you're finding it. More publishers and developers are doing it. And again, it's not fair. To be genuinely honest, like, it's not fair to Xbox owners that Microsoft does not know what to do with Xbox. It sucks. Because I believed in them. And then when I saw that they were incompetent and they didn't care about me, I was like, then I don't care about you. And that's been my whole core about it. Like, I just can't believe a brand. And I was talking about all this retro gaming and all this stuff growing up, and even with the reminiscing about the 360, and even early in the Xbox One. Like, they fought tooth and nail to bring Xbox into the main light and compete against Sony. And to watch them just fluster and disaster when they have all this IP, they got all this leverage, they own Warcraft, Minecraft, Call of Duty, all this IP, Quake, id, Doom. They own all this stuff. And it's been years, and they drop a Hellblade in May, and they're like, thanks? We would have been, they didn't, and listen, they didn't have any of this shit that they got now, and they were able to compete with Sony back with the 360. They were able to kind of make themselves relevant without having even an iota of what they have now. How do you have all this stuff right now and you are a disaster? Even the ZeniMax shit. Starfield is here. Starfield was going to save them with Starfield. What? What? It's ridiculous. All the stuff. It would have been a pipe dream back in the early Xbox One 360 era to think about them owning all this type of IP. Going, oh my God, the crossovers, the games, the sequels. It's going to be incredible. And they can't get out of their own way. And right now they're just cruising on Activision money. That's all they're doing. And that's only going to last 1 year, because next year, those increases are not going to be the big 50-40% that they're seeing with the have versus the have not. It's insane. And also, they eliminated those second party deals. You know, the things that people make fun of, like, oh, Final Fantasy is not a Sony game. Stellar Blade is not a Sony game. Like, you know what? They're games, and they're brought to their platform. They're curated for their platform. You know, Microsoft did that a lot. Dead Rising, Lost Planet. You know, they made partnerships. They talk about their partnerships. He talks about their partnerships. He could just go out and buy them, but he prefers to partner with them. They don't even do that anymore. They didn't even own Epic for Gears of War. They partnered with Epic. So Sony partnering with Square Enix to bring Final Fantasy, getting Helldivers 2, doing these things, partnering with these other publishers that they don't own. They may own IP, or even if they want to make a game. Rise, Son of Rome was made by Crytek. Microsoft didn't own Crytek. Xbox didn't own Crytek. But we got the game. That's the most important part. Sunset Overdrive. There's a perfect example. That's right, Alex. There's a perfect example. Sunset Overdrive. There's a whole level of just bringing games and partnerships that Microsoft has eradicated. They eradicated it. Demon Souls, like Sony didn't, or like the things Sony is using their second party partnerships to also satisfy the gaming need, while their first party is cooking and dropping games along the way. Nobody told Microsoft to stop that. They decided to do that. And they have ceased any of that stuff, because that would at least satisfied some of the stuff. But as soon as Game Pass came out, Microsoft stopped doing those deals. They stopped it. If they happen to be on PC, maybe they'd give it an Xbox version. Bloodborne, that's right, Josh is. Sony, and people go, well, that's not their first party. It doesn't matter. They're exclusive games that Sony funded to put on their platform. You could consider them first party. Yes, they're not owned by Sony, the studio, but they're games that fill in when their studio games drop. Microsoft doesn't have that. Now it's just all on their studio games, because they decided that Game Pass was it, and the only way that they could try to get Game Pass to succeed is by putting their own games in there. So those second-party deals with Capcom for Lost Planet, for what is it? Dead Rising, for Rise, Son of Rome with Crytek, for Insomniac to do, Sunset Overdrive, for Gears. Even BioShock back in the day. Even BioShock, they didn't own them. They didn't own Ken Levine's studio. And none of that stuff. All those other, just to bring games to their platform so the platform moves. That is the biggest travesty that Microsoft and Xbox have stopped. They have stopped bringing games to their platform that people want to play. Quality games. They ceased to do it. They have games, but those kind of AAA partnership games to fill in the gap while they're trying to figure out what Perfect Dog is doing, instead of partnering, they are using studios like Crystal Dynamics to help them with their own games. The first Titanfall leech, another example. Titanfall came to Xbox as a partnership. Titanfall 1 as a partnership.
Customer.
Where are those deals? Why isn't Microsoft doing them? Sony does them. Nintendo even does them. They got Marvel Ultimate Alliance on the Switch. Hey, Microsoft decided to stop doing partnerships. And they just want to own you and put you in Game Pass. That's it. Emma Parker, first super chat. Thank you so much. Fifth super chat. I mean, with $5, she says, Resogun wasn't first party at the start of PS4. The narrative of only first party publishers matters started immediately after Xbox began buying publishers. That is fact upon facts. You get the horn. That is totally right. The whole of where it's coming from, first party direct, is when Microsoft started owning the whole goddamn world of gaming. When they bought whole ass publishers. Now it's like, well, is that coming from somebody they own? Who gives a shit? If they're exclusive, if they're timed exclusive, if they're made for the platform, if you could list them all. Bayonetta 2 and 3. Nintendo don't have to own anybody to make Bayonetta. This is what I mean. You didn't need Phil in a suit. We didn't need Jim Ryan and Bowser in suits to get Final Fantasy, to get, hell, Sony did it to Microsoft in Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop. They didn't have to buy all of ZeniMax to get Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo exclusive. They just gave some money, made sure it used some of the features of the PS5. Thank you very much. And we got a game coming out to fill in the gap while they make Ratchet and Returnal. And at the end, we get to play more games. Instead, Microsoft said, well, Halo is not coming out. Well, what's in place of Halo? You got other games, right? Nope. Halo's not coming out this year. Maybe next year. We got nothing. That's unacceptable. And these are the numbers. So you tell people that you want choice, well, they're choosing. You're on the wrong side of the choice. And that's it, grinders. I'm going to go get myself something to eat. But I want to thank everybody with an incredible show, with everybody coming through here on this impromptu show. And I want to thank you for all your support. And again, we're on our way to 3,000 grinders. Hit that notification button and keep it locked here at the Gaming Grindhouse. And we're going to end out with the Philnet Circus on the way out. And if you're a member, enjoy the VIP benefits. And we're on our way to get a new emoji as well on there. So
means when I think about Xbox,
thank you again, grinders. Hit that like button. Share it out. Good night.
Yeah, that's always been a hit on the company.
I missed you.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say always. Like, I think we've gone through times
not to throw mud on you, but now you have to know that's a fair. I think it's something fair to say.
It is fair to say. And what you just played? Every not true that if we go off and just build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way. We lost the worst generation to lose in the Xbox One generation, where everybody built their digital library of games.
I'm here.
Enough!
I'm a little gaga.
It was a disaster. It was a disaster.
Very best work in gaming. It's a core business for us.
It was a disaster.
Enough!
It was a disaster, Ryan.